This is for the one who's struggling with being disciplined, staying disciplined with discipline. After watching this video and learning the next time rule, it's going to be like pressing easy mode on your ability to be disciplined, on your ability to stay disciplined, and on your relationship with discipline. I am also going to teach you a little bit about this special region in your brain called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex, or AMCC for short, and why this is a region of your brain that determines your will to live. And once you understand that unlock, discipline will no longer be something you avoid, but you instead see it as a devotion to you and the next version of yourself, that elite version of yourself. You will understand why discipline is a luxury. Okay, let's get into it. Welcome back to the series, The Luxury of Discipline, where we understand that discipline is something to be savored, to be enjoyed, and to crave. So far, we have talked about the permission to change in episode 1, giving yourself the permission to change. Then we talked about identifying yourself as the learner in episode 2. In episode 3, we talked about running the experiment, understanding that life is just one grand old experiment. And if you approach it with that sense of play, you will enjoy what you experience more and you will avoid analysis paralysis. Then in episode 4, we talked about joy. We talked about life as an experience. We talked about the fact that life is to be experienced, and I shared with you the story of Siddhartha. And now we are in episode 5, where we're going to learn the next time rule. So, what is this next time rule? When I was a child, my mom had this amazing rule that we would follow. Let's say that we were at the supermarket and I ran up to her, Mom, can we get these biscuits? Or Mom, can we get this sweet drink? Sometimes she would say yes, and we'd even open it in the store and enjoy a bite or two. Other times she would say next time, and every time she would follow through. So the next time, if I still wanted that item, whether it was the bag of chips, whether it was the donuts, the biscuits, she would allow us to buy it. And so having this rule of next time instilled a level of discipline, because I knew that it wasn't every time we could get the thing I wanted, the cheeky, naughty thing, but it would happen next time. So it was never a no, it was just a next time. And this way of approaching discipline will set you free, will be like pressing easy mode on your ability to be disciplined. Whether it's you crave the soda and instead you say next time, whether it's you want to watch your favorite TV episode, but you also know that there's a podcast you could listen to that might expand your mind and teach you something perhaps more valuable. You can play the next time rule. You can play the next time game. And sometimes you say yes to yourself and other times you say next time. And in that way, where sometimes you indulge in the pleasure and other times you exercise the discipline, this is the way to approach discipline with freedom and play and a sense of looseness. And you, for that reason, will never feel like you're restricting yourself, because it's simply a next time. And there are going to be times when you get to the day where it is the next time day and you are allowing yourself to indulge, but you might not feel like it. And so instead of every other time, it becomes maybe one time you get it, 2 times you miss, the 3rd time you get it. Or sometimes it may be 1 time you get it, 3 times you miss, the 4th time you get it. And that is the next time rule, the next time game in play. Why, though, is discipline so important? Related to what I told you, that special region in your brain called the AMCC, anterior mid-cingulate cortex. So, if you want the deep dive in the science, do find the Andrew Huberman podcast with David Goggins, because he goes into the depth of the science there. But I just want to introduce you to this region of your brain and why it is the key to your will to live. And what does will to live even mean? It means fighting depression, fighting that heaviness, fighting that sense of helplessness, hopelessness, confusion, loss, looking out and wondering what's the purpose of all of this. It's your way to find excitement, fulfillment, happiness, joy in life is by growing this region of your brain, the AMCC. How do we grow the AMC? We grow it by practicing discipline. What? I don't understand. Let me share. Every time you make the choice to invest in yourself and the thing you don't want to do, the times when you go to the gym, even though you do not feel like it, the times when you choose the vegetable side instead of the French fries, instead of the chips, because you didn't want to do that, but you did it anyway. Every time you choose to read a book that's going to grow your mind instead of watching reality TV, even though you feel like watching that TV, but you read the book instead, that's going to grow your AMCC and your will to live. It's going to strengthen your will to live. When you do the things that you don't feel like doing, and the thing you choose to do instead is serving the higher version of yourself, the next version of yourself, the elite version of yourself, that will grow your AMCC. Here's the hack. Every time you choose to do the activity that is investing in your future self, even though you don't feel like doing it, that's the key. You don't feel like doing it, including the example Dr. Andrew Huberman gave was a cold shower or a cold plunge. It's when you don't feel like doing it and do it anyway. That is growing this region of your brain. And this region of your brain is so key to your sense of fulfillment and purpose and joy in life. Your literal will to live, your desire to live, your desire to grow, your desire to create, to service yourself, service your family, service the world, service your community. This is why discipline is so key. And this is why discipline is, as the title of this series suggests, a luxury. It is a luxury because it actually makes your life richer. It makes you feel better every single day. It brings you a palpable sense of life inside of you because it's activating the natural chemistry that your body is able to produce within you that makes you feel good, makes you feel alive, makes you want more out of yourself and your life. And this is why I like to think of discipline as devotion. Devotion to myself, devotion to my family, devotion to my friends, my community, the world. It's not something structured, rigid, gross thing. It's devotion. And when I say devotion, it gives me chills because it almost sounds seductive in nature. It is seducing and bringing to you, magnetizing, attracting like a magnet, the life that you desire, the version of you that you desire to be. Because when you've practice discipline, when you practice the choice that you don't feel like doing, even though you know that that's the choice that's better for you in the long term, when you choose the thing that's better for you in the long term instead of the short-term gratification, that will enhance your will to live. That will enhance your desire for more out of yourself, out of your life, and that will absolutely eliminate depression, anxiety, overwhelm, loneliness, helplessness, hopelessness, loss, confusion, because you're strengthening your brain. You're literally growing the region of your brain that will help you snowball. It will grow. It will get bigger and bigger, and it will help you activate more out of yourself and out of your life. However, I will raise my hand because I have been guilty of it, of having a chokehold on discipline where I'm too restrictive with myself, where I put too much pressure on myself, where I literally suck the joy out of my life. And that is not what life is about either, as episode 4 hinted at with the story of Siddhartha. So that is why playing the game of the next time rule will set you free, will be like pressing easy mode on your ability to be disciplined, and will allow you to have a balanced, a healthy, a flowing relationship with your disciplined self, because sometimes you lean into the discipline, but then sometimes you remember that joy is equally as important. Pleasure is actually what keeps you going in the long term. pleasure is sustainable. A part of being human is the joy of our five senses and the ability to immerse ourselves in pleasure and joy. So choosing the chocolate chip cookie because it will bring you joy, do it. Choosing to rest and maybe do some yoga instead of hit a hardcore workout class, do it. Choosing to cozy up with a book when you know you could be learning a business tactic or something, but you want to read your romance book, do it. Choosing to have fun with your friends and stay up until the wee hours of the night. Those are the moments we also remember. Those are the moments that make life richer too. So that's why the next time game of sometimes you choose the more disciplined, the choice that's going to grow your AMCC, but sometimes you choose the choice that's literally going to fill you up with life, with joy, with happiness, with a sense of aliveness too, because it brings you happiness in the moment. So next time rule is the unlock that I want to gift to you, just as my mom gifted to me. And that is episode 5 of The Luxury of Discipline. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. And in the comment section, I think it would be fun to start having a conversation on how you have applied the next time rule, of how you're playing the next time game with yourself. So do share, and let's create a community of absolute badasses who are realizing how luxurious discipline is. I cannot wait to see you in the next one. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your time. Bye for now.